What's good? Good morning. Do not let this sunshine fool you. It is wicked cold out. However, I will take cold and sunny over wet and gray every day, every freaking day. I very much feel the impacts of seasonal affective disorder. January, February, I just turn into a grumpy bear that wants to hibernate. And so when I see the sunshine, my soul just lights up. Uh, However, okay, let me get to the video. I'm sorry. Anyways, it's the weekend where I work my retail job, and my shifts usually don't start until 11:30 a.m. And so often I will sleep in, and then I just hang out in my sleeping bag for an hour or two, and I doom scroll. That's a very bad use of my time. I'm trying to figure out how to, use my time better. I live in my minivan. I work multiple jobs. It's a balance. But this morning, I saw that I think another citizen, another civilian lost their life in a conflict with some ICE agents or some federal government agents, in this whole Minnesota anti-ICE protest conflict that is brewing. And please, I'm going to try to go really meta here, which sort of will mean above the nuance of specific terms and the precise definitions that come with them. So let's stay meta here. This whole thing saddens me from both sides, as well as from above and below, because I can see it from multiple perspectives, and it's really sad. So what I see the Hegelian dialectic being weaponized against two factions of the mass population in order to allow the ruling class, the social engineers, the authoritarians, whatever you want to call them, the fascists, to implement more control and surveillance among the citizens in order to eventually deal with dissidents in a more expeditious fashion. And so the Hegelian dialectic is this idea of problem, reaction, solution, where if the government or the ruling class, they have a solution that they want to implement into society, in this case, an enhanced surveillance state and ability to, like I had said, deal with dissidents faster, less legal battles they have to deal with, more use of force authorizations, all kinds of things. They want control. And it's so unfortunate because the people on the left and the people on the right kind of both are right in some ways and wrong in some ways. And what they don't realize is that they're both supporting the overall objective of control, of controlling the population and the resources. And they're assisting without even realizing it. So in this instance, the very simple Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. We know the solution is more control, more surveillance, more resources for the thug boots of the fascist, the authoritarian state. So they need a reason for the people to beg for that level of security. So to create that need, they've created the problem, we'll call it like the immigration problem. And so there are a ton of problems, but let's just, sort of isolate this one problem, this one situation. The immigration problem is a problem. Legitimately, it's a problem. The right, in this instance, has legitimate grievances. And unfortunately, in this instance, the left are kind of being retards. But the left are right about some things as well, and the right are retards about some things too. But let's just stick with this one. Immigration, legitimate problem. So that's got the right all riled up, wanting ICE to come in and to deport these people and to invade people's lives and to increase their presence and their ability to interfere with everybody else's everyday lives. That's what the right want. The left, they are bleeding heart, liberal, communist, whatever. Anyways, okay. They're resisting. So the problem is immigration, and the right's all riled up. And then the reaction that they know is going to occur is the left resisting. Okay, so we've got our problem and we've got our reaction. And this conflict that arises between the problem and the reaction, the ruling class knows that that's what's going to happen, the social destabilization and the chaos. And then they're going to use the social destabilization and the chaos to justify their solution, the implementation of more surveillance, more federal control. As I always say, all of their efforts are around the consolidation of power and resources. Control of the citizens is an exercise in that activity, the consolidation of power and resources. The more controlled the cattle are, the more that they can manage the extraction, manage how people contribute to their ultimate objective. You're just cattle to them. Okay, and so now that the conflict is brewing and it's getting up there enough, eventually the right, the conservatives, are going to beg the government to just do what it takes to address the protesters and to address the immigration problem. And they're very willing to let their freedoms, like we have freedoms, but they're ready to relinquish more and more freedoms in order to accomplish this objective. So from what I see on the outside, where I see the left and the right as brainwashed idiots who deserve compassion. That's the thing. These people are brainwashed, but they still deserve compassion. It's so tough. It's so tough. But ultimately, let me just wrap up here. Ultimately, it sucks. It really sucks being able to see that manipulation and knowing that most people can't. That most people just cannot see what seems so obvious to those of us who are trying to awaken, or those of us who are just trying to live, don't even bring spirituality and awakening into it. Just think about morality and ethics from a materialist perspective. Remove all spirituality from this issue. Solely from a morality and ethics perspective, what is going on is fucked. Both sides are fucked in how they believe society should be structured, and in their belief, they're actually enabling the further oppression of themselves and their neighbors. And this is where the culture wars have been so fucking successful. It's been mind-blowing to watch. I've literally been watching it for 20 plus years, and I still am not it still blows my mind. That's why I make these videos. I think I've been able to compartmentalize it a little bit better as the years have gone on, but it was a many-year journey just to be able to let go of sort of just all of the anger that used to be associated with seeing such manipulation. And there's still anger in here, don't get me wrong, but you can't let the anger win. That's one of the things I've learned. And when I do get angry, I try to redirect it into observing the bigger picture and just trying to raise awareness to that. And I hope somewhere in this video I said something that might be able to break you out of the left versus right paradigm that is only fueling the problem. But if I haven't, let me know where I lost you. Let me know what I could explain better, because I only aim for about 10 minutes in these videos, and they're very much stream of consciousness. But if there's like a way that I could narrow something down better or focus on one element, let me know, because I'd like to do that too. It's been 10 minutes. Thank you very much. Please check the link for ways to support me. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that things. Check the description for links. Anyways, much love. Don't let them divide us.